So I've just been for my haircut. I've just had some sausage and chips. I got talking to my hairdresser about AI. Now, this is something that I think a lot of people don't realise, that maybe in a few years' time, most jobs, if you think about things like working in a call centre, any kind of data entry type jobs, probably not going to exist. There are already a lot of places now, they start to cut down on staff, and the question you've got to ask yourself is, what will you do when there's no jobs left? So I don't just think this is going to affect us little people. Definitely the jobs that will go are going to be the ones that are repetitive, that AI can just easily do. You work in a call centre, AI will replace your job. You work in a bank, AI will replace your job. Anything to do with computers, software, things like that, AI is going to replace your job, and it's going to happen very soon. But this is also going to happen to the big companies. Look at Google and YouTube. Google is the biggest search engine on the internet, and you can already see in the past year or so, as they've switched to using AI, how things have changed. Obviously, they also have their own AI service similar to ChatGPT, which is Gemini. But Google makes all of its money, most of its money, through Google search. But if you're like me or a lot of people now, you just ask ChatGPT, maybe you even ask Google Gemini, you find out all your information using AI. It's served up to you. Even Apple is launching its own kind of Apple Intelligence. And soon enough, you won't need to look for... Soon enough, you're not going to have to use Google search. You'll just literally, all you've got to do is ask your agent, whether that's through a voice chat or whether that's even to type into them. Google search will no longer be required. How are they going to make the money? It's not going to be through things like Gemini, because even if they were charging a couple of £100 a month, if nobody has a job, nobody will be able to afford it. So what will we all do when there's no jobs? Well, it's likely we'll be on universal basic income or universal credit. That's probably about £400 a month. Maybe you'll get your rent paid. And you might think that's great. You might think at first, that's wonderful. If anyone's ever been unemployed, yes, it's like a holiday at first. And then you're like, oh my God, my life's so boring. Don't see anyone. Don't make any friends. You won't make any connections. You'll soon get bored of it. Obviously, not everyone will. But most people are going to be sitting at home thinking, what do I do? Well, you might think, I'm going to start a TikTok. I'm going to start a YouTube. I'm going to do something creative with my life. I'm going to be a painter, something artistic. But AI has already filled all those jobs, even the creative jobs here on YouTube. Even when you don't realise it, instead of being able to run one channel, people are now running multiple channels using AI, whether that's using AI generated videos, whether that is using a real person, but you can run multiple channels. And soon enough, those jobs will be gone. If you're a painter, if you're an artist, even an author, a writer, all those jobs will be gone eventually to ChatGPT and other such services. And I was also thinking, it's like even things like software developers, coders, those kind of high skilled jobs. Years ago, I used to think when I was, don't ask me why, but I always had this idea. I was like, if they ever bring out glasses that we wear all the time, similar to a smartphone, such a good app, dating app would be. It's like you're walking along the street, you've got your glasses on, you see someone, and obviously if they're signed up to the service, comes up with the name, their interests, that kind of thing. You can connect with them, or you can approach them if they're happy to that. I know that's a bit extreme, but I was like, maybe one day that's what things would be like. I would never be able to make that app without years of experience, but now you could just think of that idea, just come up with that idea, and then tomorrow you can think, oh, I'm going to do that now. Use the special AI software that creates apps. You don't need any coding knowledge, and then the next day you launch it on the App Store, you're good to go, and that is as easy as it gets. So software, coding, and that kind of stuff, all those jobs are finished. The question is, how soon is this going to happen? I was also thinking about things like delivery drivers. They said years ago self-driving cars are going to be the next big thing, but regulations kind of push back and stop that from happening. But eventually, you know, even things like delivery drivers. I do believe certain jobs are safe. If you're a doctor, you're a nurse, yes, you're probably going to use an AI agent to help you, but we'll always need professionals in that sense. If you're a hairdresser, if you're a plumber, you're an electrician, we're always going to need those kinds of jobs. But obviously, if there's mass unemployment, everyone's going to be retraining to do those things, and then the market will be oversaturated. Like now, if you're an electrician, you've never had it so good. If I tried to phone an electrician now, I'd like this really simple job done, he'll say to you, oh, I can do it in about 6 months because they're so busy. Imagine when there is mass unemployment and everyone's training up to do trades. All these jobs will be just like minimum wage jobs. So if the benefits bill now is 100 billion and the government's trying to cut back here and there, pennies off this way, pennies off that way, what's it going to be like in 5 years' time when it's 200 billion, when it's 500 billion a year, when it's £1 trillion, because everybody's on benefits, nobody has a job. The rich will get richer, the poor will get poorer. What do you think's going to happen? I don't know. We'll see. I also think, sometimes in life I can be the voice where it's like, the sky's falling, the end is now. But this is the first time where I think actually I can see this is going to happen. So this is a new channel I'm starting called AI Can FO. And if you'd like to subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Let me know what your job is. Do you think AI is going to take your job? And I'll see you all soon.